Hi everyone, welcome to our September beauty product review. Nikki, what have you been up to?
What haven't I been up to? I haven't seen you for ages.
I know.
Just again, super busy, running around, working at a couple of events. I worked with my showcase last weekend. That explains why I feel so tired today.
They wear you out.
Yeah, it was great interaction. Getting ready to launch a new brand, which I'm going to tell you about afterwards. I'm super busy, and more importantly, getting ready to go away next week on my holiday.
Countdown time.
And you've been away.
I've been away. I've been to New York, which was pretty exciting.
She really disappointed me. She didn't buy anything.
I know. I know. I've really let the side down. Yeah, well, when we go through the things, I explain that a lot of the things there were just so expensive, and even more so than they were at home. So,
and now, as you all know, because you're really good at it, is you can search the internet and either find stuff here online, or in some cases, such as Sephora, get it shipped here. So as long as you're clever with your taxes, really, there's not much you can't buy here. So,
what are you kicking off with?
Have a guess.
It's got to be Neod.
Neod. So, I was on message with Brandon last week, and I said to him, I actually don't think he ever sleeps. The first product I'm going to talk about is an addition to the Neod line from Decay, and it's another mask. So, interestingly enough, they're certainly going down the mask route. And it's the second piece in the sort of Sanskrit category, so kind of the old ancient recipes. And this is called Mastic Must.
Okay.
And it's based on mastic, which is like a gum, like a sap. And what it's all about, as you can see, I've been using it, it's all about refining the pores. So the mastic is like a gum, so it's quite sticky. You put it on clean skin. In the morning they recommend, because you then see the benefit throughout the day, because it's all about skin perfection. So you put it on in the morning, you leave it on for 10 minutes, you put quite a generous layer on. Has a similar smell to Sanskrit saponin.
Rather nice.
Yeah. So you put quite a thick layer on, and it goes quite sticky. And then you avoid the eye area. Then you splash it off. And then
you rinse off.
You rinse it off, and then you leave the bathroom, and you walk into your bedroom, and you turn your blow dryer on. And they recommend, no word of a lie, and I know some of you have been doing this, that for 15 seconds you just blow dry your face.
With warm air?
With warm,
not
tepid
hot,
air,
warm.
And basically what you will find is your skin looks amazing. It's like it clears out the pores and really helps to refine the pores. So, we were just talking about it this morning, everybody, there's that Instagram filter stuff, nonsense that goes on with filters and all this. This is about refining your skin in real life. So actually doing it with skincare. So
interesting.
What's interesting is a few of you I know have bought this and been using it, and I've been trialing it different ways as well. So I tend to do my Sanskrit one day in the morning, my Sanskrit cleanser, and then this the next day. So you're really keeping that skin clear. And what I think I'm learning as I'm getting older is pores is something that you do really notice a lot more going on when you get older. So.
Yeah, definitely.
And it is £27 for 90ml.
Okay, so it lasts quite a long time.
Yeah.
You don't need to use a lot, do you?
No. So you leave it on.
It does go tiny.
Leave it on so it's white, and then you just rinse it off and then get your blow dry out. I mean, obviously you don't have to get the blow dry out, but that's what they do recommend, and it does work. So Victoria Health obviously is the first place for this. We know that Jill is always first to launch, which is great. So
it's also presumably on the Decay.
I don't know actually. I haven't looked. I know sometimes Jill launches even before Decay, but yeah, check it out. And
well, we'll put links below.
And obviously always lots of information online as well. Okay.
Can I have a tissue, please?
Yes.
Otherwise, I'm going to have to go and rinse it off and put the blow dryer on.
Yeah.
Thank you. Right, I've been trying a range of products recently from Dr. Dennis Gross. Now, I know you have spoken about the pads in the past, and we can put a link to our video about the pads. But these are the ferulic and retinol range, and I've been using them for about 5 or 6 weeks, and they're actually becoming more available here. all the time. They're putting on new retailers, so they've launched on QVC. This is one of the products actually they
this
launched
is what I
on
wanted
QVC.
to try.
And this is actually a neck emulsion. And it's a cross between a serum and a moisturiser.
Yeah, see, I don't like thick things on my neck.
It's very light. And a few weeks ago, I don't know if you remember when I did the sponsored walk, I took some photographs. We had a couple of selfies, Charlotte and I, and I realised that my neck didn't look great. And I'd had a bit of a gap of using a neck cream. And anyway, this came along and I started using it. And I have to say, I've really noticed an improvement because the mixture of ferulic and retinol, what you're doing is you're toning, firming and brightening the skin. The ferulic is helping with free radicals. So normally you see ferulic with vitamin C, don't you? That you'd use for brightening and clarifying. Put it with retinol, you're actually brightening, tightening, toning. It's doing a number of things at once. And I have to say, I really like the fact that it absorbs very quickly. You put it on, it sinks in right away, it's not tacky, because often if you're wearing clothes, the last thing you want is a heavy moisturiser on your neck. Really impressed with it. QVC reviews have been very mixed. Some people seem to love it and some people not so sure.
I think the thing is, it's an expensive product. So I think it's about being realistic about, you know,
what you expect from it. Yeah.
And it also depends, you know, the neck area is one that, you know, most people don't treat daily from an early age. They suddenly start panicking. So, you know, what can you realistically do? But you're right, it's about keeping it supple and bright and, you know.
But it definitely helps with hydration. It helps with any of the sort of necklace lines that you get around your neck. And I've seen an improvement in the jawline as well. So that's the neck.
How much is that one?
That one is, at the moment on QVC, it's £48.
So it was about 57, I think, originally.
Yeah. 48.72. You've got £4 delivery on there as well. But that's the cheapest place to buy it at the moment. So if you're thinking about getting it, certainly buy it on there. Again, we'll put links through. Now, this is actually, again, part of the range. This is the ferulic and retinol triple correction eye serum. I don't know if there's much on the back actually, I probably should have brought the box down for you. This is a very light eye serum that really does address dark circles, fine lines. Again, it tones, tightens, brightens, and I've been really impressed with it. It's really light, isn't it? Doesn't leave any residue, you only need a very small amount. Works beautifully under makeup.
I would say it has a tiny bit of dimethicone or something in there too.
It may do, it's got a slight slip to it.
But it means it's going to sit nicely.
Yeah. And
but don't use too much, you certainly wouldn't need much of that, it goes a long way.
No, absolutely. Again, expensive, £56. It's readily available online, we'll put links again. But what I like about these products is they really do make an improvement to your skin. Now, in the same range, ferulic and retinol anti-aging moisturiser. Now, I've used most of this. I did decant some before I went away. But I've been using this twice a day and night. And don't forget, if you're using a retinol product, make sure you're using a really good sunscreen during the day. But it's so light. Isn't it nice? You can wear a serum underneath if you need it. To be honest, most of the time when it's been really warm, I haven't used a serum as well. Sinks in, it's got a very nice fragrance, and it really does lighten, brighten, tone, plump. It does everything you would expect an anti-aging moisturiser to do. Again, not a cheap one, £61 for 50ml, but what I find is if you use something, you use it for a number of weeks and you really see a result, it's good value for money.
I think what's interesting is the more that these people as well are increasing their retailers, the more you'll get good deals.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. And also, Dr. Dennis Gross, we should say, is an American dermatologist and skin doctor. I think, you know, these doctors really know what works for skin. And we all know by now that retinol is definitely the ingredient to look for. So Dr. Dennis Gross, really highly recommend these. In fact, I was going to buy more of these products while I was in New York because I want to continue using them. But in fact, they were more expensive there than they were at home. Even the pads that Nikki spoke about before were about $88. And we can buy them cheaper here. It was about £3 or £4 cheaper to have it delivered here. So we'll put more links and details at the bottom of the video. So Dr. Dennis Gross.
Okay, now my next one is on the skincare theme. Now you know that we only talk about stuff that we have bought, we've tried, either stuff that we have used for a couple of days or long term, we always update you. But you also know that we like to give kind of every side of the story. Now, some of you will have already seen the launch of this line, which is a new line from Decay. So I have 3 of the products here that I actually purchased from Victoria Health the day I got Joe's newsletter. I didn't even know this was coming. I was like, what the hell? This is called The Ordinary. Now, I also had, as I said, had a conversation with Brandon last week about this because, you know, what's interesting is, you know, his whole ethos of Decay is about disrupting the beauty industry. And he feels, you know, we were just touching on it, he feels that, you know, a lot of brands overpromise. You pay a lot for packaging and advertising and all these things which we know, you know, we know as consumers we do. But he wants to deliver products that work, have these ingredients in which, you know, a couple of years ago might have been cutting edge, so were expensive, but actually now they're readily available. So why are they still expensive in these big brands? So that was his ethos, and you know, to deliver stuff that works, that the ingredients are readily available, so that price tag doesn't need to be there, and to make them accessible. Now, The Ordinary, there's, I want to say about 6 SKUs, but I might be wrong. I didn't check that. They range from £4.90
It's fantastic.
to £12.70. I kept on going back, I'm sure that's wrong. I'm sure that's wrong. So I want to just talk to you a little bit about the 3 that I have. Now, before I do that, actually, just to backtrack, I've had a lot of questions come through about how can I fit this in with my Neod, what's the difference with Neod. Jill explained it very well on the video, on the newsletter for Victoria Health. Neod is extraordinary. Nothing will beat Neod. The Ordinary, that's the name. So, you know, that's where you place them. Now, what I'm doing is I'm still cleansing and everything is normal. I'm still using my copper amino acetate, and then I am using Ordinary instead of my hyaluronic and my other layers. So copper will always exist, it's the best thing, and then I go in with this. So let me tell you what I've got. 2 of them I'm using, 1 I've kind of got in reserve. So, you might like this. And I'll tell you what else I like, actually. Tracy's not seen these. Is on the back of the packaging, they actually have, so buffet, as in what you have at a wedding or whatever, is good for surface hydration, fine lines, wrinkles, dynamic lines, so those are the lines that move, and then texture. Okay? Yeah. And this is a combination of lots of peptides, amino acids, things like matrixyl, and it basically is for all signs of aging. And this one, I think it was about £5. I don't think I've got the thing. So serum weight again.
Very light, isn't it?
Very light. I literally use 2 drops. So I have been using this in the morning over my copper.
Okay.
Okay. So this is about, as I said on the back here, hydration, aging, lines, texture. Okay. No real smell. So that's...
So what's that actually called?
Buffet.
Oh, it's called Buffet.
Buffet.
Okay, silly. No.
The other one I'm using is the Advanced Retinoid 2%. Now, this one is £8. This is one of the slightly more expensive ones. And this I use at night. So again, I clean as normal, use my copper, and then I use this. Now, this is different forms, 2 different forms of retinoid, and they are buffered so you don't get that irritation. This is a This you would use instead of your non-acid precursor that you might be using at NIOD. You'd never use both of these together. Again, super light. Again, as Tracey mentioned with her retinoids, if you're ever using anything, always make sure you use an SPF the next day. And again, the description on this box is textural irregularities and signs of age. And without a doubt, we always recommend retinol for, really helping those signs of aging. So that is, what did I say? £8.
And that 2% is the highest retinol 2%, you can get without prescription. Is that correct?
They are both buffered, so you don't have that irritating action.
So you're not going to get that peeling.
Yeah.
But the other thing maybe we should just say is that when you use a retinol product, you need to build up retinol, vitamin A receptors in the skin. So possibly use this not necessarily every day, would you say?
Do you know, I haven't had any feedback from anybody having any problem with it. I think because it is buffered. But see how you go. So that's that. Now the third one, which I haven't started using yet, partly because I am going away, but is lactic acid. Now they do two different strengths of this. They do a 5% and a 10%. I got the 5, which obviously is the milder one. And this is more for pigmentation, texture and fine lines. So lactic acid acts as an exfoliant. This one is £5.50.
The prices are amazing.
So that's it. So lactic acid tends to come from more milk derivatives. This is a clear fluid. And again, I would recommend you use this at night.
God, again, they're really lightweight, aren't they? Yeah. Feels gorgeous.
So, it's... I'm just checking what they say on here. Yeah, apply at night, PM. Yeah.
Really interesting.
And interestingly on this one, they say it can be diluted with other treatments to reduce the strength until skin develops tolerance. So they do a hyaluronic that you could dilute this with if you wanted to, although this already has 2% hyaluronic. But if you are more sensitive, then go for the 5, don't go for the 10%. You would only need the 10% if you have really severe sun damage. So it's about, being disruptive as Brandon always is, but have a really good look on...
amazing price. Really
ridiculous.
Fantastic price. And a great way to build a new routine.
Yeah, and I just love the name. But one of the things that Tracey and I were just talking about this morning before we started filming was, some of the questions we get. And, brands will always say theirs is the best and this is going to happen and that's going to happen and, but you need to really respect your skin and don't just add more. I know, like, for example, Decay's a great example. You ladies all love NIOD. You're now asking me how you can add ordinary into NIOD. It doesn't work like that. Because what you're going to be doing is you're going to be duplicating. And that's one of the quickest ways to either overload your skin to break out or confuse your skin. So, you wouldn't need... watch this video and go, oh my god, I need that Ferulic Retinol Moisturiser from Dr. Dennis Gross and I need this. They do the same thing. So really, if you have any questions, come through, but really kind of stop and think before we all get overexcited.
Well, I think everybody gets enthusiastic about trying something new, but I think, and this is what I've tried really hard to do, use a product, use it up. If you really love it, replace it. If not, move on to something else. But that's what I've done with the Dr. Dennis Gross. I'm going to use the entire products that I've got and then go on to something else if it's not working, or replace it. And as I said, I would have replaced it if it wasn't quite so expensive in the States.
And your consistency should always be, as we say every time, an SPF. Yeah. A good cleanser. So, what's your next one?
Right, Balance Me.
Balance Me.
We like Balance Me.
And smell.
Did you know Balance Me is 10 years old?
Is it?
Yeah.
Good God.
I didn't realise that they'd been out for that long. I would have said sort of 6-7 years.
They were quite underground though at first, weren't they?
Very much so. And they keep coming out with better products, better ingredients, new technology. And they've just launched this product, which couldn't have been better timing. This actually was sent to me by their lovely PR team. They've got an in-house team. And it arrived actually at the same time as I did, coming back from holiday. And you know what it's like, your skin has been exposed to the elements all day long. We walked literally all day and most of the evening in New York. And although I had sunscreen on, great recommendation of Nikki's from our July video, SkinCeuticals, when you come back your skin feels tired, you've been on a plane for all those hours, it's dehydrated, it looks dull and miserable. And this Restore and Replenish Overnight Repair Mask had arrived, and it kind of got me excited, and I thought, oh, I've got to try this. Love the idea of an overnight mask. So what you actually do is you put, not too thick, but a layer over your skin, use it as a mask in the evening, tissue off any excess, and then leave the remaining on overnight. And what it does is brightens, plumps, hydrates your skin. Have a feel. Oops, it's coming out. It is quite a thick moisturising mask. Now it's got some interesting ingredients. It's got tripeptides, which are hydrating and plumping the skin. It's also got some interesting new ingredients called Aurelius, which is actually from bitter orange. And this again is clarifying the skin and actually plumping, brightening, toning. I mean, everything again, much like we've said before.
It's got
everything
beetroot in it.
It's got beetroot.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know why it's got beetroot. I haven't been told why.
No, it's interesting.
But quite a pleasant fragrance.
Yeah.
Not heavily fragrant.
No, it's the ingredients, isn't it? I mean, it's got rosehip oil and, which always
it's all
smells
really
special.
nourishing and deeply hydrated.
Do you know what, this would be nice after something like skiing?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like in the winter.
When your skin's stressed, and I think this change in season as well, when you've gone from very hot, humid weather to suddenly it being very much cooler, I think your skin, I don't know, your skin seems to be crying out for something. And this, if you use this a couple of times a week, and instead of doing your normal nighttime routine, you actually cleanse, pop this on, thicker layer. I think you can massage it in rather than tissue it off. That's what I did. I just really massaged the skin well. And it's also got an ingredient in here called Day Moist, which sounds lovely, doesn't it? It really keeps the skin very, very moist. This is 50ml, it's £50, it's just launched. You don't need to use a lot of it.
I think what's interesting is obviously now they're moving more into skincare treatment, because Balance Me was always a really, really good price.
Yeah.
Now they're obviously stepping up their game.
Yeah, and I think they are competing with a lot of other brands.
And things like that.
Absolutely. One other thing I love about Balance Me is you can pick it up in Waitrose.
Yeah, and it's British.
It's British. But you can get it in Waitrose. And it's a family business as well, and everything about it is really nice. But Restore and Replenish Overnight Repair Mask, and I have to say I've used it a couple of times and my skin loves it. Great for mature skin.
Good.
Okay, over to you.
Okay, so mine's makeup next, and I did give you a little tease by saying that I was working on a new launch with some of the guys I work with, and it's coming very soon. So probably the first few days that this video is going to be live, you won't be able to buy it. But I know some of you.
It's a bit mean, isn't it?
Some of you have been asking about it on my Instagram and that, so I thought I'd just show you briefly, and then as soon as it's live, we will put the links. Now, it's a brand called Vincent Longo. Now, if you were kind of into niche sort of brands, I'd say probably 15, 20 years ago, it was here, and then it disappeared. Anyway, it's back. It's back with a kind of in renewed vigour and rejuvenation. It's an artistry brand. They focus on creativity and diversity, and it's going to be on Cult Beauty. I think it's the 15th of September we launch. So it'll be online, and I've bought a few products to show you. So Tracy hasn't even seen these.
No, she keeps everything secret.
The core of the line is, and what it's known for, even when it was here before, was water canvas. Now, I brought you 3 different shades, so I think it's 10 shades we're launching with. Porcelain, which is the lightest. Bisque, which is the one I've been using. And this is one of the deepest. This is natural tan. We go a bit darker than that, actually. It doesn't look quite so dark in the camera. Now, this is 75% water, micronized water with seaweed extract, and you buy it like this. You can also buy the case, if you so wish, that you pop it into, which comes, you then have a sponge. Now, the big thing with these is you always need to make sure you keep your lid on, and actually on the case it has a lock.
Oh, what?
Because there's so much water in them, otherwise they'll dry out. So what I want you to do, have a feel of this.
Ooh.
So it's like a cream to powder.
Interesting texture.
So basically you can apply it with a sponge or you can apply it with a brush and you just gently build.
Just pat it in.
And it gives you the art of canvas is the tagline for the brand, and it gives you that perfect canvas. I would recommend you use the primer first. Again, it's water-based, so you don't want to. This won't sit on other sort of primers. So use this first. This will sort out any dry patches, any pores, anything like that. Then you go on with your canvas, and you can buff with powder as well. I've also, to build up a bit more coverage, I've put some of that on, buffed there, very fine loose powder, and then put some more of this on. So beautiful. The foundation is 43. And then what you do is, if you're going to do in there, you pop it out.
God, it's brilliant.
Yeah. So the foundation is 43. So, you know, it's going to be at the higher end of makeup. You can actually hear the lock.
How long do you think that would last?
I think it would last quite a long time because it's almost solid.
Do you?
Yeah. It's not like these cushions. You do really need to kind of sort of feel it. But it's cream to powder.
The texture's gorgeous.
Yeah. So
does it give quite good coverage?
Yes, you can build it. You can build it.
Okay.
Just feel that's the primer, the water-based primer. Again, has the seaweed water in.
That's lovely.
Yeah.
Really nice.
So you then follow with that. Now,
and
a couple more.
It doesn't smell like seaweed.
No. A couple more products I bought just to tease you. Is also in the water canvas they do the blush.
You know I'm going to want this, don't you?
Oh my God.
Look at this.
Do you know I didn't bring a brush with me? But I selected this colour particularly for you. So you can do it with a sponge or you can do it with a brush. No, these are all marked. Look, they're my training kit.
Yeah, see?
So I think we're doing about 6 colours.
Gorgeous.
This is called Swan Lake. It's like a really soft pink. But you know, it's going to hydrate, treat the skin.
Why do you do this?
Got beauty.
Why do you do this to me? So mean.
Then, for those of you as well that love products that look really pretty, I bought you 2 of the, I don't know, I can't even know how to describe them, but anyway. And we'll maybe take a little snapshot on Tracey's phone, she can add this into the article. So, the eyeshadows. They're like little...
They're pretty.
I know another brand uses the word meteorites, but these are like little, it looks like a starscape.
They're pretty.
And then you just, and then
gorgeous.
The highlighter's the same.
Lovely.
So we'll take a quick snapshot on the phone and insert
Really
this in.
lovely. Yeah, beautiful.
And these, the powder products are kind of more regular price, $24.50 for the highlighter, $19.50 for the eyeshadow. The blush is
so
$33.
it is an investment brand, really, isn't
it? It is, and the water canvas is the higher end because obviously it's where the real technologies are.
Okay. So will this be in any retail outlets that you can go and try the colours?
Next spring we're looking at doing retail outlets. Only online, and the first one will be Cult Beauty.
Okay.
So yes. So that's Vincy Longo. You'll be seeing lots of it when I'm doing the training and things on my social media. We've got the guys coming over from New York. So yeah,
exciting.
Lots going on. But yeah, I wanted to give you a heads up.
Sticking on the theme of colour and makeup, Urban Decay have just launched some naked skin colour correcting products, and the reason I wanted to mention these today is we have quite a lot of inquiries from women who have rosacea, where their skin has really changed dramatically as they've got older and certainly as they've gone through the menopause, and also just high red pigmentation, broken veins,
sun damage.
It's happening all the time. So Urban Decay have brought out 5 different colours. We've got 2 of them here today. Some are like a pink, a slightly lilac-y colour, all to correct dark circles, pigmentation, and to really rebalance. Now, the one that I really was interested in showing you is this green colour, which addresses redness. Now, amazingly, when I've seen some of these products before, they're quite wishy-washy.
Or they're chalky thick.
Yep.
That you can't even see. It has the effect.
It's got the most beautiful texture. It's almost like a concealer type consistency, but it's very creamy, very hydrating, got vitamin C, vitamin E in there as well. But I don't know if you can really see this on camera, but it does give you a really good base. It tones down the redness. If you've got a spot, it will tone down the redness of a spot. It will tone down high colour. I've got a couple of little broken veins by my nose. It just dilutes everything and really...
I want to try this one mixed with my concealer for under the eye because I love the brightening
Well,
yellow.
that's exactly what I've been doing, but I've been using this first rather than mixing it. I just pat a little of this under the eye just to brighten and to conceal. I've always got really dark eyes. And then put the concealer on the top. Made that bit cungy. But again, as you can see...
But you really don't need much, don't be...
No, you don't need a lot. It sinks in beautifully. Texture's great. Coverage is great. Really impressive.
A good price as well, aren't they?
$17.50. And they're available at Urban Decay now.
I would say there's a little bit of L'Oreal technology gone into that.
I think there's probably quite a lot.
And that's the thing, you know, people get very passionate when brands are bought out, but it's where these brands can then get their technology from.
Absolutely. And I just think the finish is really good. So colour correcting fluids and easy to carry in your handbag. You don't need a separate brush, literally just dot it on, blend it in. But if you've got high pigmentation or you've got dark circles, go and have a look. There's quite a few new Urban Decay stores open now. I know we've got one in our local shopping centre. Go and have a play with them and see which colour works for you.
Okay. I'm going to end on some gorgeous products that smell amazing.
Oh, sounds like something we like.
I've been revisiting Darphin recently, and Darphin is a brand that I worked with a long time ago. And it's a beautiful French spa brand, you know, esthetician brand. You can buy it quite a few places online and in some stores, and obviously salons now in the UK. And recently, I would say within the last couple of years, they've launched the 8 Flower Nectar. And there's 2 products in this line, and they are, the reason I've I want to talk about them today, and I've been dipping in and out of them, it's very much what you were saying. There's a massive change in season. I'm finding here at the moment, you know, it's so humid. You go out, you kind of get on the train, you know, you are getting hot and your makeup's sliding, and you know you can't put your makeup on because you're too hot before you start, and then you go into aircon and it's super cold. You know exactly, you know what Tracey was saying. It's really distressing on the skin, and I think when you come to use stuff for comfort, it also helps if they really smell nice. Definitely. So, 2 products: the 8 Flower, which is where, you know, it has 8 different flowers in it. Nectar comes from. And it's, they describe it as an elixir, so it's an oil, so literally 3 or 4 drops, and I just press this in. That's delightful, isn't it?
It's absolutely beautiful.
And do you know what, interestingly enough, I've not written down any of the particular flowers because I just think it's an amazing blend. And I just rub it into my fingers and just press it into the skin of an evening.
Their oils are just stunning.
Their oils are stunning. The weight of them is stunning. I use it before bedtime because I think it really helps you sleep as well. You could mix a teeny drop with foundation if you were super dry, but it's about reinforcing what I call...
That's gorgeous.
You know, we all want that glowing, juicy, plump, supple skin, and this is what these 2 products give you. Yeah, is you know, brands say you want young skin. So I'll tell you in a minute. So brands say you want young skin, but actually it's about plump and juicy skin.
Yeah, of course.
So oil. Anytime, whatever you want to do with it, you can use that. Now, this is the newer product, and actually it's become one of their best sellers, and it is the 8 Flower Nectar Oil Cream.
Okay.
So maybe if you want
a solid version of...
If you want a bit more hydration.
Yeah.
But what's interesting, put it on your... Put your finger in, that's fine. Because it's a cream, but the minute you rub, it turns into an oil.
Gosh, that's unusual.
So in essence, it gives you more hydration, but actually in texture is probably slightly lighter than the oil.
Would this sink in more?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
And you know what I've been doing actually, and I'm going to take a little bit away with me,
Great fragrance.
is I am rub it like that and just press it in over makeup. You know, if you're on a plane and you start to feel
Fantastic,
tight.
yeah.
Or where I've been
That's
working quite a lot
gorgeous.
and running around and travelling, and you start to feel really dehydrated.
But also,
around
you've
that
been
eye
in
area.
things like exhibition
Yeah.
centres and
Yeah.
department
Yeah.
stores that just sap everything
Yeah.
from your skin. This is lovely. Is this
Oh.
expensive?
Yes, it is. Again,
Yes.
yes,
Yes.
it is their higher end. I mean, the thing is as well. You know, these are really
Beautiful
prime
fragrance.
essential oils. But again, the other thing is they would last you a long time. So the oil is 95 and the cream is 65.
So this is something to put on your Christmas
Yeah.
list, isn't
280 petals.
it? 280. Wow.
So,
But this is perfect if you want somebody to buy you something really
Yeah.
special as a
Yeah.
birthday or Christmas treat.
and
or
again, you
something.
know, it is on some of the sites that do quite good offers. So, you know, if you are going to put it on a list, keep an eye out.
Fragrance is special.
We'll search and see what we can get when we put the link in. But it's about, you know, it's about that feeling good, doing, you know, it's an experience when you use Darfan. And if you can experience a Darfan facial somewhere near you, then please do, because again, it's
Great.
the whole package. So yeah,
Fantastic.
classic, but very, very good.
Now, talking
Another
about
classic.
classic, this is really interesting, and we're going from one price extreme to another here.
That's what we like.
Yardley, it's a brand I'd completely and utterly forgotten about. I'd honestly forgotten about Yardley, and I think we grew up with it. Sorry if I
No, I was just putting the blue
not
together.
designed it perfectly. We grew up with Yardley, and what they're really known for are their English flower fragrances. So things like Lily of the Valley, lavender, rose.
Were they the ones that did the lemon-shaped soap? Do you remember? It actually was
No, I
like
think that was Bronze.
Oh no, that was wrong.
Bronze.
Sorry.
Sorry.
But you're right, it's childhood.
It's what we grew up with. It's what our gran used, and possibly our mother. Well, they're extending their range of English flowers, and they've just launched the Dahlia range, and they have, in all the fragrances, they have eau de parfum, they have hand creams, they have body sprays, and the latest edition is a moisturising fragrance body mist. Now, I don't know about you, but if you've ever had body mists, sort of like Impulse and things, they have a really strong kind of artificial fragrance.
Smell a bit cheap, tarty, I always think.
Yeah. Whereas these actually don't. They have a very subtle fragrance, a moisturising mist. And what I love about this is when I come out of the bath, I'm going to spray something kind of all over.
That's in a plastic bottle.
In a plastic bottle for me, but also that I'm not using £95 worth of minerals.
No, absolutely.
After a bath to go into bed. So something like this, and I would probably, this is Bluebell, I would choose Rose because that's my favourite. But if you want lavender, which is going to help you to sleep, and literally, I mean, you can just spritz this on. It's moisturising, so it doesn't dry out the skin too much. And quite a subtle fragrance. It's not
a bit fruity, doesn't it, that Bluebell?
Yeah, it's not overpowering. It's not.
I don't think my Bluebells have ever smelled, so I don't really know what Bluebell smells like.
I don't know what Bluebell smells like, but
Nice.
it's very pleasant. It's, and I think to put this on in the to go to bed after a bath, amazing. Well, the best bit about this,
The Queen likes it.
the Queen loves it.
Yardley by appointment.
The best thing about this, 200ml is £6. I mean, what a stocking filler.
Is it still in Boots?
Yes.
Yes.
It's Boots, Superdrug,
A lot of independent
yeah,
guys.
all the Lloyd's pharmacies, Yardley's own website. But here's £6. Here, this body spray, which if you're going to work and you want to pop something in your bag or your gym bag that you just spritz on and you don't want to be using an expensive perfume, £2.49. Incredible value. £4.49 for 100ml hand cream. And again, in whichever fragrance you prefer, whether it be Bluebell or Dahlia or Rose. I just think, how do you do it? Now here we've got 125ml
that might be quite nice, the fragrance.
of eau de toilette, and this is £14.99.
We're not open that one, no?
You can open it. Yeah, of course you can open it.
It's interesting, they've got description, so green floral sheep on the fragrances.
It's fine, it's got a beautiful...
Neroli and apple. So you shouldn't want me to open that one.
No, you can open it.
What are these, 14?
£14.99 or £9.99 for, I think it was 50ml.
Oh, that's good too.
Yeah, 50ml, £9.99.
Oh.
14. Isn't it a beautiful bottle? See, that was more of a surprise than me having it open, wasn't it? Nice.
It's very clean.
It's very clean. I think the fragrances are really good. Beautiful bottle. Ooh.
Life.
Beautiful bottle. You know, look at that on the dressing table. And just extraordinary value for money. And a brand that I'd really forgotten about.
It's got rose in it, so you might like that one.
No, I do like it. I sprayed it on the other evening. I think it's very, very nice. So have a look at Yardley. Incredibly good value for money. And especially these moisturising body mists, I think to either take away with you or to put in your gym bag or just after the bath. Amazing value and really nice fragrances and not that synthetic, nasty smell. So, Yardley.
Good. So, right. September, done.
That's it, September. We're autumn now, aren't we?
Well, it's been quite nice today, and I'm holding out, obviously, as I said, I'm going away next week. Start doing a few shows as well. We've got Olympia Beauty coming up, which obviously we'll be keeping an eye out for. I'm doing a bridal show, which is really exciting. So yeah, quite a lot going on. And then, before you know it, we'll be getting all the information about the next holiday that's coming, the C word.
Yeah, let's not talk about that yet.
No, so yeah.
Thanks for watching. Any questions? And thank you everybody who's been asking Nikki endless questions. Every day I send something off to her saying, how do we use this or can we combine that? So thanks for sending in your questions, and any about these products, just let us know and we will get them answered. And you can leave that on under the video or on the website, whichever works for you. So thanks for watching and we will be back very soon.
Yeah. Take care. Bye. Guys.